Hey folks, I've been wanting to do this one for quite a while, and I really feel it's because I've not made a good effort in describing what useful really is. I think a lot of people seem to be under the impression that it's a particular meditation technique. It is not. It's a toolbox. It's a way to look at meditation and different meditation practices and see them for what they are. They're not monolithic. They require a little bit of knowledge to get functioning properly, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to show you the right meditations to do at the right time. And let's just imagine a guy called John. John's a busy guy, he's a professional, office job, white collar dude. Wakes up in the morning and goes, right, you know what? Best thing to do right here, and it's the best decision he'll make all day, is to do Vedic meditation. He's got a blank slate almost, as long as he's not had a terrible dream. He's got a blank slate of consciousness that he can sort of go, right, I'll just drift into this meditation and use it to boost my sleep, so I'll have tremendous energy throughout the day. Banging. He goes and finishes his meditation, goes to work. When he gets there, he realises, oh crap, I've got a presentation to do. And he starts working himself up about it on the way there, because maybe the PowerPoint won't work, maybe it's on the wrong drive, maybe he's forgotten, he's already hit the train, so it's like there's no going back. So he looks and he finds the presentation, it's all there, all the stuff's there, but the anxiety won't go away. So the best thing to do there would be to use something that I call self-inquiry, or it is called self-inquiry rather. And what that allows you to do is step back from your thoughts and think, who's anxious, who's scared. It can work for any emotion. Who's angry, who's too in love, who's too happy, who's so cripplingly sad. Self-inquiry provides the same. I used to smoke quite heavily, and I always found a cigarette was good for like 10 minutes, and then I needed to go back again and needed another cigarette to keep that momentum of calm going. Now, self-inquiry is kind of like a cigarette for the mind that sort of allows you space for like maybe 5 minutes. Just enough to get you doing something else and not worrying about what you're doing, so that you can keep these negative thoughts at bay. So the best thing to do with self-inquiry is to do it maybe 2 or 3 times, to ask the question, who am I? Who's angry? Who's upset? Pick one question that's relevant to the circumstances you're in and use that question to dissolve the fear or the anxiety or whatever it is you're struggling with. Now, some people would say mindfulness would be the way to do that, to focus in the present moment, but they'd be wrong, because mindfulness would make you worse. Like just jump into mindfulness and not do self-inquiry beforehand is just exacerbating the issue as to whether your thoughts are going to return, because you're not actually helping yourself out. You're going in there with a brain that's already worried. So if you go into a mindfulness meditation with a mind that has been stilled somewhat, you're going to have a far easier time and a less straining time getting to this lovely place that mindfulness can give you. Now, I don't really like mindfulness. I think that it's good, but it's the waiting room. That it's the waiting room to the big meditation, and there's nothing wrong with being the waiting room. There's a really noble thing about mindfulness that I like, and it's that position where it's sort of subordinate to the others, or to Vedic meditation, but it's still got some of the spark that originated from the well that brought Vedic meditation into being in Hinduism, that took it up through China, that created Buddhism, that created mindfulness and Zen and compassion meditation and all of the Tibetan culture. It all springs from India. Now, what was his name? John. His name was John. So John does his mindfulness after his self-inquiry, and he feels a lot better. It gives him enough space to kind of chill out, bring himself down, and get focused on the rest of the day. Now, what you want to do after a day like that, you've had a big heavy presentation, and then you've still worked for another 4 or 5 hours after it, and then coming home's even worse because it's really, really stressful. So the best thing to do would be to come in, drop your bag on the floor, hang up your coat, don't even do anything else. Just sit straight down, turn on the telly, some brown noise, a little bit of pink noise on the top if you can find a video like that, and then meditate on the Vedic style. That will decompress you, and it will give you this sort of renewed feeling coming into your evening, like a good sleep or a good nap, but without the grogginess and the sort of lethargic aspect and of the laziness that comes with a nap. And naps are fine. There's nothing wrong with going for a nap, but you'll find that once you start Vedic meditation, that you'll never nap again. I haven't had a nap since the 5th of August 2017. Not a single one. And it's because of this wellspring of energy that I have throughout the day. I actually find it quite difficult to bring my energy down a bit, sometimes, depending on the depth of the meditation I've had. The deeper the meditation you've had, the more energized you'll be after about half an hour once you come out of it. It takes a wee while for the haze of meditation to lift sometimes, and then to come back to reality. But when you do, everything's so much sharper and so much brighter and wonderful, and the sounds are better and everything. It's just, it's a feast for the eyes and the heart, is what I like to think of it. And now this is something I've been working on, but I'm not really sure that I'm, doing this properly. But what I want to mention is that throughout this, you're using breath, you're using coloured noise, you're using all sorts of stuff that reinforces the meditations throughout the day. You can do self-inquiry all through the day, and use that as the bridge between different styles of meditation. And we stop. So John stops meditating using the Vedic style before dinner. After you've had dinner and you're kind of getting into the evening, don't meditate again. Don't touch it. Don't even think about it. Don't even look at meditation. If you're getting upset about something, or you have things to do, then consider using the appropriate meditation for the appropriate thing. But the whole point of useful is about me showing you which ones are which and why you do it this way, training you in Vedic meditation, training you in how to use mindfulness appropriately, training you in self-inquiry, showing you what makes breathwork important, and how to bring all of this together into one cohesive unit. That's what useful is about. It's not about dogma. It's not about having one practice to rule them all. Meditation's not like that. Your brain isn't like that. Your brain is highly adaptive to different situations, and therefore the right meditation is the right one for the situation. It's not necessarily about having the superior technique. I think this is one of the problems meditators tend to have, is that they get so into their style of meditation that they've forgotten about how powerful and varied and wide the mind is, and how open the state of consciousness can be, with all types of meditation being used at the right time. And that's the message I want to leave you with today. The joy of useful meditation is freedom. Personal freedom, personal choice, using the right tool for the right job. It's about leaving my house with a toolkit that for the rest of your life you'll never feel. You'll feel all sorts of negative emotions throughout your life, but you'll never feel as if you don't have agency over them again. And I can almost guarantee you that. I won't, because legally. But yes, anyway. I want to leave you all, and I wish you the best in all things. I really do. I think everyone's so much more wonderful than they give themselves credit for. Even the person who's had the most sins in the world is far better than they think themselves to be. Anyway, I love you all. Take care, and I really hope to see you soon.